Hey Kyle, okay, I have your dad's watch here. It just showed up. So let's talk about it. Your father bought this in Vietnam during the Vietnam War, so that makes it a significant watch. And of course, it's a family watch, which is important too. You had all the pieces, so that was good. You had said that you wore it in the army and that you went into the water with it and then it stopped running. And I feared the worst at that point because it's a recipe for destruction. But I opened up the back and it's not bad actually. I mean, it's like really not bad. I mean, it's not running, but that's really because it's just gluey. It could have some minor, probably what I'm going to find when I get in there. When a little bit of moisture gets inside, it'll work its way into the watch, and often it'll sit in places like the pivots deep inside, and then those sort of stop things up. But I don't see anything like that right now. I can get it to run very, very briefly, but not long, and I don't really want to power it up. Your mainspring feels really gluey. It's just probably dirty and filled with full grease. It's relatively tight, so that's okay. The lower mainspring arbor port might not be worn. And it's complete. It's complete. I don't anticipate that I will not be able to bring this back. I think I will. I'm sure I will. I'll be able to bring this back. We're going to need a movement service. We're going to need a crown rebuild, put a new seal in here. The only thing I'm seeing that's truly a concern that you're just going to have to be careful with the watch is that the threading on your case back is very, very worn. I've never seen this before. The threading inside your case is fine. I tested it with another case back. You know, the threading within your case is fine. It screws all the way down nice and tight. This, I'm only getting a few parts of a turn before it just stops turning. It's just the threads on the case back are basically stripped. I can get it to firm down. It does firm down. So that's okay. I mean, it does firm down, but this is never going to be a diver ever, ever, ever again. You have your spring for your rotating ring there. That's good. So that's fine. The rest of it, I really don't anticipate any real trouble. You're missing a lot of the chapter rings on the dial, chapter marks on the dial, but that's okay. Case rebuild, all new seals, crown seal, crystal. The last thing you'd need to think about, the case is actually in really decent condition, really nice condition. But the last thing you need to think about is the loom. Do you want to leave it original, this dark patina? Or do you want to redo it? Me, if it were mine, I would consider leaving it because it's not unattractive. It's not damaged, it's just darkened. Let me show you my 6105 8000. And this one came to me, this was a wreck. It was a wreck when it came to me. It was just destroyed. Relooming it was not an option. It had to be reloomed. So that's what it would look like if it was reloomed. But it's up to you if you want to do that or not. You could just leave it be. I mean, this is the original patina. It's your father's watch. So, I mean, it's up to you whether you want this done. And there's a couple different options for relooming these that I can do. But I might just leave it. So, I'm not sure what parts your watch might need. I don't know what I'm going to find when I get in there. But I don't know that I'm going to find anything really, truly, truly disastrous. Because the watch does run. And whatever water intrusion there wasn't major. The only thing that's really concerned is the case back, the damaged threading. If you really want to make that firm and secure, there are other case backs I could put on there. There are later case backs I could put on there, not correct for this watch, but they would screw down on the way, and then you would have this case back to sort of have it to hold. Or we can keep this original case back on there, and you just need to be aware, just to be careful with it. I don't think it's going to pop off or anything, but it's not really a firm screw down anymore. It only has part of a turn to really firm up. Pardon me. So you tell me what you want done, and we can go from there. But don't worry, we can definitely bring it back. No problem. Okay.